Okay, guys, let's see. If you're here, I'm trying to get there. Hi, okay. I have no idea what happened. Jamie, you say you see black. Can you see me now? Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jamie. Okay, I'm so glad that people are migrating over here. I have no idea what happened. I like researched and made sure that I put my okay, yay, you're back. I made sure that I put my phone on do not disturb and all the things that I was supposed to do, but then all of a sudden it was just not it was just gone. If it happens again, I will do this and I'll just write third try. Okay. Let me try to re-aim my thing here. We're about right where we were. Yeah, that didn't really help at all, but okay. Okay, back. You know what happened, guys? There was just too much love, and the internet couldn't handle it because the internet's full of negativity most of the time. And we were just sharing too much love, and the love, like, just was bursting forth from this live. And so then it didn't know how to process it. The algorithm was like, this is not drama. This is not hate. This is not crazy. We're not talking about COVID and panicking. So I don't know what to do with it. So shut it down. That's what happened. Anyway, I love you all. We don't have to go back through my whole speech, but I do. I think you guys are all awesome. Looks like almost everybody is back here. So that's good. I know. I think I overloaded with love. The internet doesn't know what to do with it. YouTube definitely doesn't know what to do with too much love because this platform is usually about like drama and hate and weird mukbangers. Bong, mukbang. I don't even know how to say it, but it's weird. Although the girls and I do watch a couple of them. Oh, I forgot I had some cheesecloth too. Duh, cheesecloth goes under everything. We'll do that one on the next one. Okay, yes, thumbs up once again. Thumbs up on the new thing. Okay, moving on. Go to this one. Looks like everybody's coming back over here. Oh, good. I was so afraid that I was going to turn this back on and you guys would all be like, whatever. She's gone. Sometimes I don't know if you're going to even be able to see this, but like sometimes the thing doesn't cut all the way right. So I had to trim a little bit. We'll just trim that. Or I just cover that up. Since I'm layering, I just cover it up with something else. Susan, I do love the stamps. They're so fun. You know how you always like when you're making a journal, if you're like me, when you're making a journal that you always just want that little bit of something to go on pages. You're always looking for just a little bit of something to go in some place. And these stamps are perfect for it. Oh, there's my husband. He's letting me know. What are you telling me?
Oh, I didn't know you're talking to people.
I am.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody say hi to my husband. Minnesota's being quarantined.
No, yeah, Minnesota's being quarantined.
Oh, guys, this just in. Minnesota is being sheltered in place. Starting when? Oh, hi. They all say hi, Ade. He's at the door. He's like, "Wah! I'm gonna get out of here quick." Oh my gosh, that's funny. He's probably like totally freaked out now that he was a part of this. So yes, Tommy, I have now joined the quarantine. We've been just like up till now, our governor's been saying like, don't leave the house if you don't have to, and all that stuff. And our schools are closed down through today, but or through the end of this week, but then it's going to be distance learning after that. No, not actual schools. So, yep, I've joined the club. We are now officially sheltered in place. That is why I'm glad that it is kind of warm enough to at least, I mean, warm enough if you're from here, warm enough to have like the windows open a little bit, because at least it feels like we've got some fresh air coming in or something. Because, you know, this would be really awful if it was super cold and snowy and we couldn't like even, ugh. You're not quite there yet, Susan? So, yeah, Carol, you guys are, okay, so now that you're here, Carol, from the UK, right? You guys are 4 weeks, right? Am I right in that? 4 weeks of like absolute lockdown, quarantine, whatever. Shelter in place, I think is what they're mostly calling it here. Let's see. I put some cheesecloth. What should I put over it? More and more closings. That's Susan. That's Hein. That's kind of how we've been here. Let's see. Colorado would just shut it down. Yeah. It's tough because, you know, some people take it really seriously and others not so much. And I kind of think, you know, I don't know. Whether or not you think that this is all overblown, whether or not you think, you know, SARS and H1N1 and everything else was worse or was the same, whether or not, whatever opinion you're of, I think at some point we really need to, I mean, in order to shut it down and not have everybody getting sick and not risking the health of the vulnerable populations, this really does make the most sense, is as awful like as it is. All right. Does this one need something up here? I feel like it needs something up there. Let's look through my pile of stuff for little bits. Lace. Oh, Jamie, you're right. I should pull out some lace. I haven't really put much like frilly frou-frou in this one, but let me grab some lace. Carol says have to stay home except shop, exercise once a day, essential work, care for vulnerable persons. Right. So I think if I remember right, like all of your all of your shops and everything except for like food stores like groceries, or all the rest of your shops and stores and everything completely closed. Hi, Aunt Kathy. Welcome to the circus. I'm grabbing some lace. Hold on. Let's see. I need some skinny lace. Ugh. Oh, well, hi. Hi, Beth. Apparently it just happened. Minnesota, shelter in place. Wow, Carol. Does it feel like a ghost town over there, Carol? Like on the streets? Does it feel like a ghost town? We live near, like outside of my window. You probably can't hear it because it's not super loud. There's an end to this lace somewhere, but who knows where it is. But we live near a pretty major freeway, and it is definitely significantly less busy than usual. Oh my gosh, you guys. I seriously think this lace is like one endless loop. It's like an infinity scarf, only there's no end. There's no end. I think I've got through the whole thing. Oh, I found it. Oh my gosh. So, Beth, you have an essential job. Oh, zombie apocalypse, Carol. Wow. Yeah, 2 meters apart. I know, that's kind of the same thing. I'd skip the exercise too. Yeah, well, you know, when you battle when you battle things like fibromyalgia, it really kind of is not a fun. I'm going to leave this out so I can see the end of this, so I don't have to try and find it again. Getting enough exercise from getting up and down from my craft table to look for supplies. That's a great outlook, Susan. Do you see? Did you see what I just did? To get this lace, I have to actually I had to stand up and then go reach over up onto a shelf to my bin of laces and stuff. So I stood up. So that's one rep already. I've already done one rep. And then when the video cut out and I had to start a second one, that was a second rep. I had to stand up. I think breathing is an exercise, Catherine, for real. Because then when I had to stand up, then I was like, I was breathing a little bit harder. So now I've put in like 2 or 3 reps already. I think I'm good. So, I mean, even if I did live in the UK, I wouldn't have to worry about going out to do exercise because I've already done 2 reps of standing up from my chair and 1 bunch of reps of breathing. Expand those lungs. Yeah, that's right. Not only are we supportive people and like wonderful crafters all together, but we're also enablers because we're clearly enabling each other to loaf around and have excuses to stay in the house and just do craft right now. As we all enable each other. Oh, you can't really enable each other to go out and buy more things right now unless it's like from like Etsy shops or something, which you can still do. Support those Etsy shops. There you go. You were right, Jamie. Look at that. A little bit of lace. Perfecto. We'll do some more lace on some of these. Let's do a big guy. Oh, Emily, you got to go pick up the puppy. Oh my gosh. Love you too, honey. I hope that the puppy recognizes you. I hope he recognizes you and is so happy to see you and wants to come home with you and is excited. But we'll see you. We'll see you. Okay. Bye, honey. Bye, talk to you soon. Okay. Should we go for the chain on this one? Oops. Brown freezer paper. I have like the brown masking paper. I didn't know there was brown freezer paper. I thought it was always just the white freezer paper. Oh my gosh, he'll remember her. I know, I'm just joking because she had said one time on her thing about how she thought the chain was a snake. Okay, I'm sorry. She said something about how like that Oscar had gone to, that's her dog. This is Emily I'm talking about. And how he had been like with the puppy mom sitter. And she said, I don't know, this was when he was just brand new, I think. And she said that she didn't even know if he would recognize her. It kind of looks like a snake. Okay, it's not though, guys. It's a chain. See? Yeah, get new glasses. It's not. Why would I put a snake on here? Ew, I hate snakes. I know, Amy. Totally razzing her. That's what I'm doing too. Razzing her about her dog not recognizing her. All right, we need some stamps on here. Put some lace on the chain. I'll do the lace at the end once I put some more stuff on here. Do you guys like snakes? Oh. Yeah, right, Catherine. The snake would be as bad as the FU. Can you imagine? You can put them on the same. You can put them on the same thing. Wouldn't that be special? The snake and the FU. Let's see. I've got a spoon. We'll save that. What else have I got over here in my little pile of fun? I think we need a couple more stamps. Maybe some colorful ones. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the FU thing, then because obviously you weren't here when I talked about it. It's nothing horrible. It's actually just funny. Garden snakes, that's about it. Oh my gosh. Maybe that's like one of my aversions to gardening is because I'm afraid I might run into a garden snake. I like have no desire to ever have any contact with a snake of any sort. Blech. Well, let's do this little guy. Like, you know, those people that are like, oh yeah, I keep a snake as a pet. What? I don't get that. Or people that like to pick up spiders. Y'all are weird. I can't do that. Look at this little lemon soda thing. Isn't that cute? I love that. Tommy, you've owned over 38 snakes? Oh, like my skin is crawling. Not judging you, just totally getting grossed out. Like at the thought of having snakes crawling on me or touching me. I don't know what it is. Isn't it so funny? Snakes are like such a totally like irrational fear, right? What is it? Most of the ones that you see like around your house anywhere here in North America are usually just little garden snakes, right? And they're pretty innocuous. Unless you live in the southern United States, then you might run into, you know, a little bit more crazy versions of snakes. We do have a couple of poisonous snakes here, but you really have to go out into the like out into the woods to find them. But and I know that there are other places where you see snakes more often. And the snakes that we have here, like I said, this is totally an irrational fear because what are they going to do? It's like you see it and it sees you, and if it touches you, it's just a little slimy, but so is half the stuff that, you know, I cook with. Like raw chicken is slimy too. So what is a spider going to do to me? Like a little daddy long legs. What is us? Oh, hi, Sammy. What is this? What is the spider going to do to me? What is a snake going to do to me? Nothing, really, and not the innocuous ones that we have around here. But for some reason in my head, it is a scary thing. Ink, dirt, love putting both on my hands. Yep. Well, dirt, I wish I was a gardener. Like I said, I wish I was a gardener. Well, part of it is I'm allergic to that piece is just too long. I'm allergic to like everything that's green and grows. So that does not help the cause. Yeah, not irrational. There are some pretty ones. You're right, Dee Dee. Like there are some snakes that are pretty that I can appreciate. There are some lizards that are very fascinating looking and stuff. Oh, Catherine fell out of a tree onto him. That made me physically recoil just thinking about it happening. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would totally freak me out, Susan. That's the stuff of nightmares. Oh, it's still grossing me out just thinking about it. I'm just going to put a little bit of lace there. Sammy, where do you live? I forgot where you live. What state are you in? Oregon. Oh, another beautiful state. That's right. Oregon is so lovely. You guys are having is it just Washington or has it bled over into Oregon too? Like, are you guys having a lot of issues with the COVID stuff? I know that Washington, like Seattle, had a lot of a high number of cases and stuff. You guys aren't that far off. I don't know. Do I want it, you guys? Another piece of lace or not? It's here. Lockdowns as a Monday. Yeah, we just got put down on lockdown apparently today. You missed it. My husband came running up and told me. Oh, Catherine. Like he got bit by one? Ooh. Always more lace, Jamie? Okay. Here, maybe we can look at this other kind of lace. I brought some other lace too. I just grabbed two skinnier looking ones. What happens when you get bit by one? Like, I'm curious. What is it form? Like, I've had a spider bite before just because we used to go camping a lot when I was younger in northern Minnesota and stuff. So I've been, I've had small little spider bites where they're just kind of a red, it looks kind of like a, glorified. Ooh, he was sick for 6 months. Ooh. That's ishy. Sick for 6 months. Did it like swell up and get ishy looking and stuff? I'm sure. I don't know. Is getting bit by like I know that if you get bit, by ticks here, you can end up getting Lyme's disease and stuff. You can get pretty sick from a bad tick bite. Amy, you guys are really, like, I know Washington's been hit pretty hard by the COVID stuff. Am I right? Maybe I want one more little, like, stampy guy over the corner of that or something. It can kill you if you're not healthy. Ish. See, all the better to just stay away from snakes in general, spiders in general. Ooh, Tommy. Ish. That's scary. It's so funny, you guys. I talk about this stuff, right? And then my husband's from Nigeria. I think I'm gonna call that done. I think I've put enough stuff on there. It's like it weighs a lot. My husband's from Nigeria. So when we start talking here about like, so when this whole virus thing is going on and stuff, he's like, pshaw, you all Americans are so, scaredy cats and stuff. He's like, man, I grew up having, malaria and Ebola in my backyard. And he's like, you guys are scared of a little flu-like virus thing. And then when we start talking about, like wild animals and stuff, he's like, oh, you guys are scared of the little snakes that you have here. He's like, you should see the snakes and spiders and scorpions and things that we have back home. So, I mean, yeah. Although we do have some pretty nasty scorpions in the southern US, though. Not so much up here, but you don't. Yeah. Susan, you're in Texas, right? You guys have scorpions down there. Wasn't there someone from like South Carolina? You guys have, I'm getting glue everywhere. This is a very gluey finger type of project that we're doing right now. I like this little lock. We're going to put the little lock on this one. But see, like sometimes the scan and cut, if there's a shadow, so like I put a shadow on the edge of the print, and so then it wants to cut the shadow out too. So we got to trim the shadow off. There we go. Ugh, yeah. They all get squished. Oh, when I was younger, so I grew up here in Minnesota. I've only ever lived in Minnesota, but I've traveled. I've been fortunate enough. I'm very blessed this way. My parents always wanted to make sure that we like traveled all the time. So we got to see. So I've been to like almost all of the 50 states. And I've been around to several different countries as well. So I've been very fortunate to do that. So I've been to most of the states that y'all live in, and they're gorgeous. I've been to the UK and France. But we used to go to Mexico on a mission trip every year, like every summer for a couple weeks. We went down to Mexico, and we would help in the same small village that we went to every year to help over the time build a parsonage for the pastor to live in, so they could attract a pastor, because often it's kind of, you don't get a pastor unless there's somewhere for them to live in these small villages. So we would go down and we drove in a van, and it was super fun, and it was really hot and a lot of work. But the one thing that like most kids would always remember were the cockroaches, the giant flying cockroaches that were down there. And then we would always remember that, like, the guide people that we were with would always say, now when you take your shoes in the morning and you're going to put your shoes on, make sure you like shake them out and make sure there's no scorpions hiding in there. Oh, I remember every morning when I would get up and I would like look at my shoes and dread. Sorry, I was looking at a message really quick. I would dread having to knock my shoes together, and like, because I thought, if I don't know what's worse, putting my foot into a shoe with a scorpion and then feeling the scorpion in there, or like knocking it out and a scorpion comes falling out onto like my leg or the floor and scurries over and touches me or goes by me, or I even had to see it. Oh, yeah. I would just, and then I was in the shower one time. We were on the way down one time. We stayed with a family that had a kind of a nicer home for the area, and it had an actual shower. Most of the time we showered outside over this like little cement thing in the ground. I don't even know how to describe it, but these people actually had a shower, and so it was luxurious to actually get a shower for the couple of weeks we were there. So I went into the shower, and like, totally, you're in the shower, so you're not wearing clothing or anything. And you try to make it really quick, and it's with super cold water, because there's not like, they didn't have a water heater or anything like that. So it's hot, but the water's very cold. So you're trying to go quick. And I was shampooing my hair. I had my hair full of shampoo. And I opened my eyes, and there was a giant, and of course, now in my memory, like, I think it was the size of my hand. Of course, it probably was only like 2 inches long, but it was huge nonetheless, with a head full of shampoo and naked in the shower. And I screamed and I wanted to run out of the shower, but I could not. And I swear that thing was just staring me down on the wall. And I didn't, like, in my head, I'm trying to tell myself, it's not going to do anything to you. It's just there on the wall doing its own thing. Just rinse your hair. I think I had shampoo in my hair for like the rest of the, yes, get out. I think I had shampoo in my hair for like the rest of the trip, because I did the quickest shampoo rinse that I've ever done, which actually did not get, most of the shampoo was still probably in my head, did not condition my hair, got out of that shower, and like told the next girl, I was like, well, good luck. There's a giant cockroach in there, so you might want to bring something to smack it with, because I'm not going back in there. Oh, it's the stuff of nightmares, Catherine, for real. That stuck with me, and still, like, every single time then that I would go into a shower anywhere, I was always looking to make sure that there wasn't some horrific, scary nightmare bug in there. Oops, I meant to cut it a little longer that time. We don't really have that much crazy stuff here, though, in Minnesota. Like, This is creepy combo. Yeah, Catherine. So let's change it up. Here in Minnesota, we have like lots of wildlife up north. Oh, hold on. We have lots of beautiful wildlife, a lot of deer, a lot of bears, lots of gorgeous stuff, things you can see from a distance. Very pretty. Jamie, yes, that sounds good. I just saw your last message. So yes, sounds good. Lovely little deer. Yes, they're very pretty. Until you run into them, because some places there's a ton of them. Oh, you guys, I can hear the birds singing outside. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's so nice. Okay, thank you, Jamie. So, way to turn it around. Thanks. Butterflies, little deer. What's your favorite wonderful thing? Where am I in relation to Bemidji? Amy, that's funny. You should ask. I am about 4 hours, four to 4.5 hours south of there. So I'm actually right in the Twin Cities. If you know where the Twin Cities is, or Minneapolis, I'm literally like blocks from Minneapolis. We're just in a kind of northern suburb of there. But Bemidji now is where my whole like family, so my mom and dad, my sister, her husband and their kids, and my brother and his wife and their kids, they all live just north of Bemidji. That's where they do all their shopping, and that's where my niece and her family lives. So yeah, we're like, Bemidji is central part of my family's life, not mine specifically, but for my extended family. How do you know about Bemidji? That's so funny. My mom was born in Bemidji. Oh, cool. Small world. Bemidji's a cool town. Very much a college town these days. I think I'm just going to call that one done. Moving on. This is what happens when I start staring at something for too long. Yes, Carol, you started it all with the chain snake thing. Let's reset. Cup of coffee, taking a sip. Okay, guys, new subject. If you could travel anywhere in the world without having to worry about like money, cost was not a problem. If you could go anywhere in the whole world and you could spend 1 week there, where would you go? Go. I suppose I'm going to have to give my answer too. Let me think about it while I do this. I really want to say, like, my first inclination is to say Nigeria because I've never been there. That's where my husband is from and a bunch of his family. So a bunch of our family is still there. I would love to see it. Italy, not right now though, Sammy. Apparently now is not the time to go to Italy. Antarctica, that is one I did not think I would see. Why, Jeanette? Like, what is it about Antarctica? What would you want to do there? Is it just Scotland, Germany, Tuscany, Ireland? Oh my gosh, Ireland. Been to Rome, so I'd say Paris. New Zealand. I was in Paris, and it was beautiful. It just looks so beautiful, and I love penguins. Well, there you go, Jeanette. That's a good answer as anything. Need to see it. Family in Denmark. Yep, I would love to go to Ireland. The Philippines. Is your husband from the Philippines, Amy? That's really cool. Australia. Spent 2 months there 5 years ago. Yep, I would like to go to Australia. We went to Scotland. Yeah, all of the countries in like Northern Europe, I would love to go. Wait, what? Average cost to be allowed to go on the land in Antarctica is 25,000 US dollars. Are you talking US dollars? Or are you, because that's crazy. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe it's to do with like the eco stuff, and it's got to be, I mean, you can't just book a ticket to fly there, I suppose. So it's probably just like all the getting there and the minutia of traveling there in the first place. Yeah, you'd have to have a full expedition. That's what I'm saying. And then you'd have to like you'd have to, but even before you started paying that, you would have to like do all of the you'd have to have all the right clothes and equipment and all that stuff. I mean, it would be something to say that you were there, right? Crazy. Oh, and he's half Filipino, Amy. That's cool. Some very dear friends of ours are Filipino. I just glued this little man on upside down. Sorry, George Washington. I'll turn you around. Don't worry. Really, Tommy? You have a friend that went there? Wow. So she's been on every. So did she have to go, Tommy, as like a part of a like an expedition, a group or something? Because like you must. You can do a cruise, but really want to get to the pole. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, how many people can say that they've been to the South Pole? Not many, especially if it costs that much to do it.
Mom, was that your timer?
Hi, Joy. Everybody say hi to my 12-year-old. I don't have a timer going, so I think it was a small group. So for 13 years, I managed a travel program for adults, a small group travel program for adults with developmental disabilities.
Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, bye, Catherine. It was so nice to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by and adding some great stories to our conversation. Oh, hi, Gail. Welcome. Look, we're losing Catherine. We gained Gail. Hi, Gail. You'd go to Scotland. Oh, because of your heritage? Nice. You're sewing 100 masks. Oh my gosh, Dee Dee, that's right. Sewing. So I ran a small group travel program for adults with developmental disabilities, which means, you know, folks that live in group homes, or even at home with like family, but they're not able to go out into the community on their own. And they're not able to go on vacations like everybody else, which is sad. Just because somebody lives in a group home or has a developmental disability does not mean that they do not desire to go on vacation. So, oh, okay, Tommy, you have to go to foster since case manager by. Okay. Bye, Tommy. Thank you for coming by to visit and hang out with us. So one of the places, so we did mostly travel. So we would do travel programs. So we did small groups of adults. I would have a couple of staff, and we went all over the United States, lots of different trips. And it was groups like, so small groups of between like 4 to 10, depending on 4 to 10 travelers, depending on kind of their level of need and stuff. It's an amazing program. So beneficial, so awesome. What a blessing to be a part of that. And because of that, I got to travel around with some of them too. So I traveled a lot as a kid growing up with my family. And then I traveled on my own, and then once I started running this program, I got to travel with them sometimes too. So, we decided at some point that we were going to start doing international travel, which up until this point we had only been doing domestic travel right around the United States. So we decided the first trip that we would do internationally would be to London, because they speak English. And we didn't want to try, like on our very first trip, taking people with disabilities who some of them are medically fragile and stuff. We did not want to try taking that type of group into a country where we don't speak the language and everything right away. Bye, Ann, Kathy. We'll see ya. Thank you for stopping by. I'm so glad that you stopped by and were able to hang out. So we decided we were going to go to London, and then we decided that one of the managers of the program, well, me, so should take the trip just in case something happened. I would have the authority to, do things and make things happen. So, I got to go. And then I thought, well, while we were in London, we're so close. Why not take a day trip and we'll go over to Paris? And that way these people can be like, oh my gosh, I was in 2 countries, 2 stamps in my passport. So I thought that'll be super cool. We'll go. And so we did. And let me tell you, this is my take on it. London is brilliant. I would live in London. I love London. Beautiful. Like, and so friendly to our people with disabilities. They were so accommodating. We had so many people that would stop to try and help us and everything. It was awesome. And when we were trying to get onto the, trying to get people onto the subway, like trying to get into the tube and stuff, we'd have people trying to hold the door for us and help people get through. And it was just brilliant. Our hotel was awesome. Restaurant people, we had people buy our meals for us. It was awesome. We had people buy our meals for us, just sitting in the restaurant. They would see our group and they'd buy our meals for us. Brilliant people. Then we got to Paris, and we almost like lost somebody on the subway because we were trying to get somebody with Down syndrome, who he's a little bit slower mover. And we were trying to get him into the subway, and they were shutting the doors and no one would help us. So I literally had to pull him by his jacket, and he fell onto me and we fell onto the subway. And then we almost lost him getting back off. They had like 20 seconds. Again, all these people watching us, nobody trying to hold the door, nobody trying to help us. Like when we were in restaurants, they were rude. And so, like, I get that this is not what everybody in Paris is like. But when I was there with a group of adults with disabilities, it was not friendly. It was hard to get around that city. So there's my thoughts on that. Yeah, so not cool. I mean, Gail, the program that I did is super cool. Like, it is probably one of the most awesome nonprofit programs out there, allowing people who would otherwise not have a chance to travel the chance to travel. That's so cool. But people not helping us and, seeing that we need help, that is not cool. You guys are having a whole conversation about what? Flat ponytail holders. Oh, you guys are talking about making masks, right? Sorry, I was like totally on my own story, and then so somebody tell me, because again, I'm not one of those people that's watching like every moment of coverage on the whole, I'm not one of the people watching all the coverage on the COVID-19 stuff, but I have seen enough of it. But I thought that regular masks I thought they were discouraging that, but now I've seen that there are tons of people sewing them and making fabric masks. So is the job of the fabric mask essentially just to keep people from like inhaling the fine particulate or the water droplets in the air? Because, you know, they have this whole thing on all of the like big fancy masks that they're trying to find more of, the something 95 masks or whatever. I guess, Dee Dee, probably, right? Take what they get, 100% cotton. So, I mean, it's just to like make sure that they're not, it's essentially like the other surgical masks, right? That they're thin, or not surgical masks, but like the masks you get in a doctor's office when you just walk in and put it on so that you're not contracting anything. Forgot to. Bless you all who can actually sew things. Who can actually sew things other than paper. They're washable and reusable, I suppose. Only thing it can do is keep your fluids in when you sneeze or cough. Yeah, I suppose, right, Amy? Keep you from sneezing or coughing on other people. Because still, like, it's still just only fabric, right? So whatever virus could still get through it or something. Wow. Bless y'all for doing it no matter what. I think this is one of those things where it's like all things help. Let's see. Jamie, I kind of wondered. So, like, do you make the fancy hand soaps, like the ones that are in all those cool, like the cakes with the fancy things and stuff? They're so cool looking. Wow, Dee Dee. So, like, the surgeons get the 95 masks, but regular doctors are just getting these? I mean, that really says something. Our pastor, who's also a very good friend of ours, has a daughter who has a pretty profound disability, and they have nurses in their home to come take care of her and stuff. And they were saying that the company that they work for sent out extra PPE, personal protection stuff for their nurses, and they sent 2 pair of gloves. 2, not 2 boxes of gloves, 2 pairs of gloves for their nurses. I mean, yeah, I agree, Dee Dee. I'd rather have them have a good mask on if I'm having surgery. Cool, Jamie. I have to go check out your soap videos. I think those soaps, the like cake soaps, with like all the cool looking things on the top and the layers and the stuff, those are cool looking. Especially like yeah. Especially when they're cutting it. It's like such a satisfying thing, the cutting of the soap. Let's see. Oh, it's starting to rain. Oops. I love that distillery companies locally are making hand sanitizer. I suppose that kind of goes hand in hand, right? I mean, they're good at making alcohol out of stuff. Yeah, I agree, Carrie. Gloves give you sometimes, because like I see people walking around, even just grocery stores and stuff right now wearing masks and gloves and stuff, and I do think that they give people a false sense of security. I think that a lot of people think, oh, well, now I've got a mask on or gloves on, so it's all good. And then whoever it was that was saying, like, now that we're not supposed to touch our face, you realize how much you touch your face. That is totally me. When I was making my quiz, and if you guys watched my shelter in place quiz, when I said, if you were touching your face right now, like, seriously, if you were touching your face right now, that was probably me. Because probably as I was making the quiz, I had my hand up, bracing my head and touching my face. Oh, hold on. Let's look at the letters. It just occurred to me. RJX. There's nothing wrong with that. RJX is not profane. It does not elicit anything awful. So far, we're good with the letters on this one. One more. How about we'll do another one. Let's do the and. Oh. Oh, right. Carrie, those journals that Liz and Carol swapped were so yummy. Sammy, yes. Okay, so did I glue words on something? I didn't glue an actual word on something, but I was telling everybody before that I was making little tag earlier and I glued F and U on because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was just like gluing stuff on as I went and just picking letters off the pile. And as I was going, I glued an F and a U onto a tag and just kept going. I was kind of in my thing, into my zone. And so I, threw it over to the side, done with that one, going on, keep going, right? And so then I was going through at the end of my day of, crafting. I was kind of just looking through what I had made, and it was so obvious on this tag that it said FU on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I caught that before I put it in a journal, because this, of course, is going to be my 2,000 subscriber giveaway as soon as I actually hit 2,000 subscribers, which I'm so close. And so I was like, wouldn't that be so nice? Here's your giveaway. Thank you for being subscribers. And here's this tag right here in the front of the book that says FU on it. Luckily, I caught it and covered it up. Carrie, it is not going to be a belly band, although it could be. Sammy, I would give you the FU tag, except for I already covered it up with something else. I promptly put another letter on top of it. Let me show you where these are going to go. So I've got, Jamie wants it too. Well, next time I make a FU tag. Okay, so Carol wants it too. Well, maybe I should just leave it in there now. Now maybe whoever wins this will have to just look through it and be like, look for the FU that's hidden. It'll be like a Where's Waldo thing. Like, where's the FU? Where's the FU in randomly in here? So, okay, Carrie, this is where they're going. This is a page in my signature, and this is like, so it's, folded up and it's a pocket. So these longer ones are just going to kind of go on the front of the pocket, right? Like so. Yes, Jamie, I will make another FU tag and it will just get hidden. But I'm not even going to show you guys, because at some point when I do actually hit, 2,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a flip through of this book. And so now it'll make it like a game. It'll make it a game that you guys can participate in. And in the comments, you can write like, I found it, and no one will know what you're talking about unless you were in this. You can be like, I was in that live stream when she told us about the FU tag. There's an F right by my hand. See, it's not even hard to do it. So then it'll be like, oh, it'll be a game, and we'll be looking through the book, and I won't point it out. I'll just, pull the tag out, or, I'll flip to the page, and there will be the little cluster, and boy, doesn't that just give a whole new meaning to the word cluster too? There's a FU on a cluster. Oh my gosh. You guys. So, okay, these are going to stay right up here. They're getting saved for the special. Now, you don't get to see it, though. It will only be because I'll put them on somewhere where you don't see. And then you'll be watching. Remember when I do the flip through, you watch, keep your eyes open. Ah. I think that's a cluster FU. Oh my gosh. Well, Carol. So Carol, I seriously, after after I did do the FU thing, I was like, okay, I gotta be way more careful, right? I had to be way more careful about what I'm doing. And Wendy. Yep. You arrived right at the right time, Wendy. Welcome. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right after I had put the FU on the tag, or I found the FU on the tag and fixed it, glued another letter on there. Once I had fixed that, I was like, okay, I'm going to be hyper vigilant, right? Like I need to stay on top of the letters that I'm just randomly gluing onto things because that was really bad, right? So then I was like, I'm going to be really hyper vigilant. So as I was doing it, I was being vigilant, and then I stopped paying so much attention, and I honestly almost like, you can't make this stuff up, right, guys? I'm not making it up. I'm not even kidding. Like randomly, yes, you see, right? I'm just like randomly grabbing letters like this and gluing them on. So I was just randomly, right? So I was trying to be more careful about it, and I thought I'm going to pay more attention. And then I had a B on a page. And as I was going, gluing, can't make this up, I grabbed a J, and I was going to put the J next to the B. And let's see if I can recreate the moment for you guys, because it's good laughs, and that's what I promised, entertainment, right? I didn't promise entertainment. I definitely did not promise that we were going to do any good crafting. Oh, I think I already used the J on something else. Anyway. So this was the moment though. I had just kidding, I can do it. So I had the B, and it was on a bigger thing though, like a tag, right? Let me recreate the moment for you. Joop, there was the B. And I was like gluing, stamps, gluing between the B. And then I went like this and was going to put the J on there. And then right as I had glue on the back of it, I was like, oh, better check. Yeah, probably shouldn't glue BJ next to each other either. Oh my gosh. We need a new digital kit for Nikki with only dirty words. Well, okay, so you can all make FU journals. Honestly, you guys. I don't even cuss. I don't cuss. I don't swear. I am not that person. I'm I am not that person. I don't cuss and swear. I don't use those words. The worst I ever say is like crap. And so, okay, Jamie, you go ahead and make it, because I can't do it because it goes against my moral fiber. However, that said, like me not being a cusser or a swearer and being a pretty clean humor kind of person, also, I was not, born in a barn, and I do have a pretty good sense of humor, and I like some good, crazy, sarcastic, fun humor as well. So, yes, Jamie, I might just buy that kit if you made it, just because. Lace and butterflies and flowers and like Victorian, right? Very pretty, like ladies with parasols and stuff. And then, oh yes, could be in different languages. And then just like ghosted into the background. Not obvious, right? Like not in big, huge letters, but just ghosted into the background or like hidden in places like the FU will be hidden. Oh my gosh. Okay, Susan Hine has to go. Oh, all right. Yes. Go back to your office and work. Oh, bummer. But thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Thanks for coming and hanging out, Susan. I hope you enjoy your winnings. Oh my gosh. People's reactions would be priceless. Yes. Like looking at the stuff and then finding the word. Carrie. Oh my gosh, Carrie. Making a YouTube video is hard without cussing. Not for me, but I think it's funny when it is for other people. Sammy, yes, gorgeous cursive ones. Like that's what I'm thinking, right? Victorian lady with her parasol and butterflies and flowers and lace and everything, and then like beautifully written like along the bottom, kind of ghosted in there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Carol, book pages are tough. You have to be careful what book you take your book pages from. I don't remember who it was, but somebody's video, maybe it was Gail Agostinelli, somebody had a video where they had just bought like random book from the dollar store, and it was like a romance novel or something, and they were finding all kinds of inappropriate things written on their pages, and so they were like, maybe I should just make sure I read all of the pages I'm gluing down before I read them. That's why this time I just have been sticking to encyclopedia pages. Even that's dangerous though. Carrie, I can do Spanish and English. I choose not to, but I can do them both. I speak a fair decent amount of Spanish. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, Amy, was Gail. Reader's Digests? Oh, I'm sure. Jamie. Jamie's seriously gonna do this, everybody. Take her up on this and go email her and let her know all the words that you know in all the different languages. This is good. See, look at this. We are a brain trust. We're just coming up with all kinds of, we're solving all the world's problems. We're inspiring people to do, better craft. This needs its little hole punched out here. Who was it in Junk Journal Junkies? Somebody just had a like a naughty journal, right? Somebody remember this with me. It can't just be me remembering it. But I swear that somebody just made a journal that was like naughty. There we go. I have a bunch and I'm always worried that words, yes, will be on those book pages. I know. Like I said, I had the the Wisconsin River page and I thought for sure I was safe. And then I flipped it over and it was like talking about witchcraft. And I went, okay, well, not the vibe I was going for. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh yeah, Catherine Thames. That's who it was, Dee Dee. You're right. I knew I just saw one, not just recently. Somebody with a journal, like a whole journal with cuss words on it. That's too big. We'll go with another little nib, little pen nib here. So Carrie, Luxembourgish is like, am I right in thinking that it's kind of similar to German, or am I like way off? Yeah, Dee Dee, it was a pretty cool book. Also, if you guys are friends with her on Facebook, she is like the queen of memes right now. Catherine Thames. She every day I have at least a couple of like good belly laughs at something that she's posted on Facebook. The memes are endless and incredible. Okay, that's what I thought, Carrie. I knew it was an official language. So do you guys actually in Luxembourg, do all schools teach? Do you teach in Luxembourgish, or do you do the teach in English, or what language do you like get taught in school? Because clearly my knowledge of Luxembourg is limited. Although I think it's incredible that you live in such a cool country. Like, it's cool meeting people from countries you don't know that much about. Everybody knows the US, for better or worse. Everybody knows the UK. Luxembourg's one of those little ones. Did you guys see that I had somebody from Tasmania commenting on my video too? That's kind of cool. I think this YouTube makes like the world so much smaller. It's incredible to me. So your husband is Luxembourgish and our kids are bilingual, but also fluent in German and French. Wow. So where are you from, Carrie? Are you from Luxembourg, or did you move there because of your husband? Next question. This is my next question in my series of questions here. Belfast? Super cool. So what languages do you speak? Raise your hand if suddenly you feel like speaking English and bad English is just not cool. As cool as some of these other people that can speak like 8 languages. Yep, Dee Dee. Most Americans. Sammy, check. I think, you know what else I think is funny? So you know how when I was doing my, if you saw my new kits, one of them is words from other cultures or other languages. And how I just think it's cool that they have words in other languages that it takes us a whole sentence or 2 sentences to say or something. Along that same thought is like me thinking that their languages are super cool and everything. Also, I think it's cool that the thought, now track with me, because I might not be able to extrapolate this exactly how I'm thinking, but the thought that I've grown up and lived in the US my whole life. So I've, like I said, again, I've been blessed and been able to travel all over the US. But the thought that the list of the places that I would love to go if possible. Oh, bye, Carol. Bye. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with us today. I'm so glad you were able to make it. Have a nice evening. So, okay, the list of places that I would love to travel to in my life are like all these places like Ireland and Luxembourg would be awesome. Norway, Denmark, Sweden, all over Northern Europe. I would love to be in all of those countries. I would love to go to Scotland. So like the list of places that I would love to see and be in includes like places where some of you guys live. And then I think at the same time, a lot of you that live in those places that we think of as so exotic and cool and different, you're like, that's your everyday life. And you want to come to the US and visit here, right? Just so, it's so, I don't know. I just think that thought is really cool. It brings together how different yet how similar and alike we all really are. Carrie, I missed that. Okay, so my dad worked for Michelin and moved to Luxembourg for a good year. Oh, like the tire companies. I speak English, French, German, Luxembourgish, Italian, Dutch, Danish, and understand a few others. Carrie, what? You lived in North Carolina, like NC, North Carolina, here in the States for 5 years? Holy cow. Polyglot. That's incredible. Wow. That's a lot of languages to speak. Do you have a job? And if so, do you use your language skills in your job? Because I would think that would be a highly desired skill to have in an employee. Let's see. Should we put a fork on here, guys? We haven't used a fork yet. We haven't used the forks or spoons. Wendy, I agree. I would trade houses with someone in Ireland for 2 weeks. But see, Wendy, okay, so where do you live, Wendy? Can only speak English, Jamie, I know. I can speak Spanish, some Spanish, like enough. Fork could go with a U. Yes. I just think like when I say that I would trade houses with somebody, right? When I say that I would trade houses with somebody in Ireland or something, I think Ireland, this is back to my point. I think Ireland or whatever, Paris, the UK, somewhere in Denmark, whatever. I think that's so cool. But who in Ireland would want to come live in Brooklyn Center for 2 weeks? Although there are some people that might be really excited, to come live here for 2 weeks. Oh, Gail, you taught Spanish? That's cool. Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Wendy. So see, even you have a cooler place that you live that you could like maybe tempt somebody from Ireland. Cape Cod is gorgeous. Yeah, Wendy might have a better offer. Like, hey guys, we'll swap homes with you from Ireland. You could choose from beautiful Cape Cod right on the Atlantic Ocean with fresh seafood and all kinds of wonderful things, or fabulous Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, where it snows, 7 to 8 months of the year. And then in the summer, it's like wicked hot, like you wish you could die from the humidity because it's so hot. And you can't believe that one climate could be as cold and as hot as Minnesota is in the same place. Yep. Although Minneapolis does have really good theater, it has really good, we have really good theater. We have a lot of music venues. My husband is a musician. He gigs a lot. And so there are a lot of really great, he plays jazz music, and there's a lot of really great clubs and things around here. So, I mean, there is that. Do you think that could compete with? Oh yeah, the Mall of America. Although, Jamie, I hate the Mall of America. It's one of those things where it's like, once you, sorry, Gail, sag and nasty. Oh my gosh, you can dodge bullets at night down in the hood. I can't. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. So we're close to the Mall of America, but it's like one of those things where like I don't if you live by it, you've been to it once and you're done. You don't need to ever go back there again. That's how I feel about it. Sammy says, I want to start a Happy Mail challenge on my channel, but whatever is made has to ship with stamps only. Oh, yeah. So we can mail it out without leaving the house. So smart. Sammy, you're assuming people have stamps in their house. Wait, I think I have a couple. I use Etsy to ship everything. That's like the most fantastic thing ever, that Etsy will do my shipping labels right for me. So I still don't have to leave the house. But I think it's funny, Sammy, that you're one of those organized people, clearly, that actually has like things like stamps just in their house. Gail has one stamp, so it better not be much more than like a sheet or two of paper. So otherwise, Gail, I think you can buy stamps or postage online though, yeah, through the post office. I think you can do it through the post office. So Sammy, that might save us. You might have to give instruction on how people can buy stamps through the like online though. But I think it'd be brilliant. I think that would be fun. I was actually trying to think up some way we could do like a Happy Mail challenge thing too. And then I decided that my 19 days of giveaway is pretty much enough for me to handle right now. Like as soon as we're done here, I still need to go do my drawing for today. I have some stamps, but I bought them 2 years ago. See, again, these are things that I used to know this stuff when I was younger, when the cost of stamps would go up and I would be like, oh, the cost of stamps. Aren't they all forever stamps now? Or am I totally wrong? Somebody who actually knows something about postage and postage stamps, tell us, are all postage stamps like the forever ones now, where they all just count for whatever postage cost is now? Dee Dee. Just pick you right now and say, oh, bloop, 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 Dee Dee wins. You still have like 14 days. There's a good chance that a lot of you might win. Carrie, you should get your mini journals listed. I thought so too, Jamie. Forever stamps are, because I think that's what I have. I think I have forever stamps too. You could always put 2 on the envelope. Yeah. So I have a postage scale. So I think I would be able to tell. I'd have to look up like what constitutes how much is like one stamp. Because I don't know. Because honestly, like bills, everything, you pay your bills online now. Remember when we used to mail bills in and all that stuff? Yeah, Amy. I think you can schedule, right? You can schedule with the post office sometimes, like if you do online. We're gonna do YO together here for yo. That's kind of fun. That's not bad. Okay, yeah, Sammy. You do the research and let us know, but I would love to be a part of something like that. That would be fun. I think it seems like this is going to last longer than anyone really initially thought. So you probably have a little minute and we'll probably still all be in lockdown. UK is in lockdown for like ever and the rest of their lives, apparently. So this needs lace, doesn't it, Jamie? How about fork you? Yes, always lace. It needs a little bit of lace. Lizzie, are you still on my chat? Is my daughter still here? Because she is doing her nails and I can smell the stuff. Oofda. I don't think she's here because I think she's doing her nails. She does acrylic nails if you missed that. But boy, oh boy, it is a very strong smell. I don't know how it does not give her a headache. Yeah, okay, Amy, that's what I thought. You can do a pickup like your post. Okay, so one time I had some journal, a couple of packages in my car, and I needed to, like, I was running errands, and so I thought, okay, I need to get to the post office and get these mailed off. They already had, sure, Jamie, she can fly there and do yours. I'm sure she'd love to. She can drive now. She has her own car. It's not that big of a drive. Oh, I thought we were paused again. Oh no. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, I had some journals and they were already posted with Etsy posts, postage that I had done on Etsy. And so I knew I needed to stop and get them mailed off, but I needed to go to Hobby Lobby first because priorities. So we were at Hobby Lobby and there was a post person, like there's a post, I think it was a lady in her little post Jeep thing. And she was emptying out one of those mailboxes, like the public mailboxes. And I was like, quick, run over and see if she'll take my boxes. So she did. So I got to go to Hobby Lobby and I didn't even have to go to the post office. She's like, okay, as long as they scan. So she scanned them and she took them. That was awesome. The UK has been slow in the uptake. Wow. Not back to school until September. So Carrie, is your school year the same way that ours is here in the UK or in the US? We go from like September through like May or June, depending on where you're at. So are you guys just done until the next school year? Yes, Jamie, do you really want another person to drain your stock of 6 rolls of toilet paper? Oh, although I could send her with toilet paper, that would be a good way for us to share because I've got plenty of it. You know, just saying, like, not trying to flex or anything, but I've got plenty of toilet paper over here. That's right. If you all wanted to come over and hang out, I've got enough toilet paper that you could all wipe your butts and we wouldn't even go into panic mode. I'm shocked at how slow the UK government. You're planting toilet paper rolls. Do you honestly think that's going to work, Carrie? I don't think so. But you go right ahead and try. Grow yourself a toilet paper tree. All right. My connection's starting to get a little bit sketch, and we've been here for 2 hours. So I think I'm going to maybe try and cut this off because I do have to go film a drawing for my day 5 too. It has been way too much fun hanging out with you guys. I know, Dee Dee. So let me put this in because we all know if you guys have art glitter glue, you know that the struggle is real and you need to put the pin in. Okay, so before we go, Jamie has been keeping track. Hold on, Carrie, don't leave yet. Jamie's been keeping track with the list of names. So we're going to do a super secret drawing for one of my DigiPrize packs for the live drawing. So Jamie, you have all the names listed with numbers by them. Is that right? So I'm just going to pick a random number. Is that right? Hold on, waiting because, 10-second delay or whatever. So I think she's been keeping a list and she has all of your, yes, okay, 1 through 21. So let's pick a number. Let's pick number. Does this feel like, should I be just randomly picking something? Let's see. We'll pick number 11. Number 11. Who's number 11, Jamie? Number 11 wins a prize pack. Who's the lucky number 11? And if they're not here, I'll figure out how to get to them. Penny Lane Journals. Penny Lane, are you here right now? I don't even know how to see like who is actually here. Not you, Carrie. Wah, wah. But keep watching. Carrie, are you entered in my 19 days of giveaway drawings? I've lost track of who all is over there in that video. But if you guys haven't gone over and gotten into that drawing, I know like Dee Dee, I know you guys are in that. But if you're here and you're not in that drawing, you need to go to that. You need to go to that thing right now. You need to go to that video right now and okay, I sent you my list just to show. Yes. Thank you, Jamie, for that. I appreciate it. So okay, we'll get Penny. If Penny's not here right now, I will find Penny and we will get her her prize pack. And like I said, if you guys are not entered in the 19 days of giveaway, then go over to that video and get yourselves entered. I think most of you are. I'm going to, like I said, when we get off here, well, first I'm going to go to the bathroom because it's been 2 hours and I've been drinking coffee. But then I'm going to do my day, what are we on? Day 5. So there's still like lots and lots of chances for you guys to win. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. This has been so fun. I was like super nervous at first. I don't know why. I'm among friends and I love you all and you're beautiful, wonderful, awesome people. And so if you are interested in doing this again, I think it was fun. And I think this is a really good way to distract ourselves from the crazy outside right now. So if you want to, we can totally schedule another live in a couple of days. I think it's fun. And now that I know how to do it, and I've got wonderful friends that help moderate and keep my, junk together while I'm doing this, that's even better. So, well, I think this is fun. Yep. Yes. Sammy and Dee Dee are in. So there we go. That's all it took for me. 2 people. And I'm pretty sure Emily will say yes too. So, so let's do this again in a couple of days. Do you want to enter your email in case Penny watches later? Oh yeah. Okay. I think I can put it in the thing down below, the description box. Wendy, you guys made my day. No, you made my day. So yes, I think we'll do it again. I hope you guys all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. Most of you were in the afternoon time. If you guys are still over in the UK, you're in evening now. So enjoy the rest of whatever part of the day you have left. And I will see you guys all again very, very soon. This was so much fun. And I truly, truly appreciate you guys and hanging out with you and the laughs and getting our minds off of junk for a while. So yeah, Carrie, I know. I'm blinking in and out for some reason. So I think that's maybe the signal that says it's time to be done with with the live. Although I would love to hang out and, chill with you guys for the next 5 hours as well. But okay. Anyway, take care, guys. Love you much. I'm going to end the stream if I can figure out how to do it. And I will see you in my day 5 drawing in just a short little while. All right. Hugs, everybody. Hugs, hugs, hugs.